What is going on out there, YouTube? John, the Laser Blue Junkie, coming back at you again after a nice long hiatus, which I do apologize for. Been a crazy last couple of months. Haven't been really finding too much of anything on the LaserDisc front, because you're going to see like maybe only 6 or 7 titles here. But on DVDs and Blu-rays, I've been doing really good. So also my daughter was in the hospital for a couple of days, so it's just been a hectic last couple of months. But I am finally back with an update video that you guys have been wanting to see. So we're going to kick it off with LaserDiscs first. Unfortunately, there are absolutely no LaserDisc Forever members that I have purchased off of over the last couple of months. It's just been really that dry. But I did have a couple of good eBay purchases. We will start off with Lombardo Bava's Demons 2. Been wanting to get this for a while. I've had this. I have the original on LaserDisc, the Roan version, but I've been wanting to get the sequel. So very glad to finally have a copy of that. This one took me 3 years of searching. Available on DVD in Europe, but not available on DVD over here. 3 years gone. 3 years, finally got it, man. Brain Smasher Love Story with Andrew Dice Clay, the last Andrew Dice Clay film that I needed to complete my collection. Also a great Albert Pune film, so very happy to have that. So that is it with eBay. Like I said, been pretty slow. On to some half-price books pickups. Got a copy of The Rose with Bette Midler. I don't know how much I like this movie. I mean, I only paid $3 for it, but at the same time, you know, I thought I might like it, but I really didn't, and that's a biased opinion because I really don't like Janis Joplin. So anyway, the next 4 titles you're going to see, these are actually a real treat because you don't actually get to see these very often. A little brief thing before I go into it. Back in the late 90s, Toshiba was selling widescreen TVs. I think it was like their first ever widescreen TVs. And if you bought one, you could send away and get 4 free LaserDiscs in the mail that were anamorphically enhanced to fill your widescreen TV, kind of like what DVDs and Blu-rays do. Now, naturally, this did flop. Not a lot of people got these. In Japan, it was a lot bigger because there were a lot more of these, they called them squeeze LDs over in Japan. But those 4 titles that were only ever released stateside are hard to get. Maybe go for about $50 to $70 a pop if you can find them. But luckily, I found all 4 of them at my local half-price books last week. So we will start with The Fugitive. And I'll put it right up to the camera right here so you guys can see this little black box. You can pause the video and try to read that as best as you can. All that says is that this LaserDisc is anamorphically enhanced for your new Toshiba TV. So there we go. Also picked up a copy of The Grumpy Old Men, which is really cool to find that one. Also got Free Willy. And lastly, this was the only one that was actually opened, Unforgiven. So yeah, all 4 anamorphically enhanced LaserDiscs that were ever released in the States, and I got all 4 of them. So quantity over quality over quantity, as they say. You know, haven't found a lot, but what I have found is like awesome stuff, you know. So there we go. So now we're going to kick it off with DVDs and Blu-rays. So for those of you who wanted to see the LaserDiscs, 3 minutes and 13 seconds. See you later. But anyway, we'll start it off with some Facebook members. So I got these from a guy in the Cult Movie group on Facebook. First one I picked up was Death Wish 5. This is a Danish import, region be locked, but I do have several multi-region players. I would have been fine with this, only I didn't find out till later on down the line that this was a 1080i transfer. So I mean, it doesn't hurt that it plays, but it's not a 1080p transfer. So either way, but I did remedy that later on. These I did have to pick up. Got Breakin'. This is a German import, even though it's like pretty much all in English on the front. But yeah, I know they did have a release in the States, but dude was only selling this and this one, Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo. He was only selling these for $3 a piece. So I'm not gonna say no to either one of these Blu-rays. I wish, you know, MGM would have released these separately over here, but it is what it is. So got a bunch of freaking Code Red titles here. First person I got to give a shout out to is Mark Ritelli. He's one of the moderators over at the Cult Film Exploration group on Facebook. Hooked me up with a really good deal on all these. Got a copy of One Dark Night. Now, none of these movies I've really ever seen, but I've been on a Code Red kick, so yeah, I wanted to grab a couple of these. So yeah, One Dark Night. Also got a copy of Neon Maniacs. And then also got a copy of Deadly Dreams, so that's cool. Next person I want to thank is Nick Creekbomb. I spent a little more than I wanted to on this, but I got a copy of it finally. Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker. Never seen it, but I heard it was, a lot of people are saying this is a great movie, so figured I might as well get it while it was hot. This movie was recommended to me. I got this from Ronin Flicks, but it is a Code Red release. This movie was recommended to me by a bunch of people, and man, they were not wrong. Savage Streets with Linda Blair. This movie was so freaking good. I loved it. I regret not seeing it years ago. I wish I would have. So now I bought, the rest of these I bought from the Dark Force store. There's a reason I bought so many of these titles. But this one I had to get, Freeway 2, Confessions of a Trick Baby. I have not seen this movie, and it's not for lack of not wanting to see it. It's because of its scarcity. Because this did have like a small DVD release sometime like right when it came out, but like copies of the DVD were going for stupid money because there was such a limited release of them. So again, been wanting to see this, so glad it finally got out. Some Italian exploitation, got Hands of Steel. I've never seen this, but it looked really cool. Also picked up After the Fall of New York. Been wanting to see that. Now these next ones I picked up were all bundle purchases, and there was a reason I got these, because I wanted to get Screams of a Winter Night, but I wanted to get these movies cheaper by buying Screams of a Winter Night. So picked up Shakma. Been wanting to see that. That was really cool. Grab a copy of that. Also picked up Spontaneous Combustion. I have never seen this. I've been wanting to see this, so I'm glad I finally got a copy of it. This one also got Chaos. So Sage Stallone's in it, so yeah, why not? But the main reason, like I said, I bought all 3 of those bundles was so I could get those movies cheaper, and I did get Screams of a Winter Night, which is a very good movie. I actually saw this when I was a kid. Our local video store actually had a copy of it. So yeah, I really did like this movie. Now, don't think I'm scummy for just, buying those bundles just so I could get, several copies of this. I did sell those extra copies, but I didn't, rape anybody for them. I didn't overcharge or anything like that. I sold them at a fair price just so I could get these for cheaper. So that's how it works out, It's part of wheeling and dealing. Ordered these off of, JB Hi-Fi's website, because I wanted to get one, so this was like one of the secondaries ordered. Got Death Wish 2 and Death Wish 3. I actually did want to get this because it has like all the extra features from the Electric Boogaloo documentary, and like all like the 3 or 4 different cuts of Death Wish 2, so this was just like a no-brainer to get this one. So I've now got like Death Wish 2 3 times on Blu-ray. So this one though, because of the Death Wish 5, this was one of the things I did want to pick up, Death Wish 4 and Death Wish 5, because this transfers in 1080p and it's region free, so there you go. And lastly, I figured while I was ordering a bunch of that, I might as well finally get a Blu-ray copy of Electric Boogaloo, the story of Canon Films, also coupled with Machete Maidens, both films by Mark Hartley. I've never seen Machete Maidens, so I gotta check that out. You guys remember I reviewed Nemesis for my last Spotlight review, so my next Spotlight review is going to be on Nemesis 2, 3, and 4. I gotta check out this Blu-ray and see how good the transfers are, so this is pretty cool. Next one I got, we are now on to eBay purchases. So this popped up for, I want to say $55 plus shipping. I would never normally spend this kind of money on a Blu-ray, but I got my taxes back. I had a little extra spending money, so I'm like, I did save a lot of it, but I did want to splurge and get a couple of movies, so picked up a copy of Joysticks. I do love this movie. I have the VHS sitting back over there in that little corner, so yeah, just to finally get this on Blu-ray was a treat. Now if I can only get it on LaserDisc, that would be even better. This movie, I do have Region B Blu-ray of. I thought I was content with it, but I did want to get it region unlocked, or excuse me, region A, just so I could play it on every Blu-ray player in the house. And fortunately, I was able to get this for a decent price, not the greatest. I think I spent $40 on this, but had to get an American copy of the stuff. R.I.P. Larry Cohen, man, this was my favorite Larry Cohen flick. This is one of my childhood horror movies right here. I remember buying this on VHS from Kmart when I was 9 years old, only because of the cover art, and it turned out to be a great movie that I hold near and dear to my heart. So, but yeah, now I got 2 copies of the stuff on Blu-ray. I may sell that Region B copy, or I may still keep it. I don't know yet. Took a trip up to Dollar Tree, literally just to get some envelopes, and strolled down the electronics department, and I saw this with the slipcover, Cuban Fury. Never seen it, but Nick Frost is in it, and that was the only reason I picked it up, is because I love Nick Frost and I love Simon Pegg, so gonna check that one out. This one I got right after I shot my last video. I picked this up. It was out of print. Walmart was carrying it for $10, Unbreakable. Was a really good deal at the time, but now I think when Glass comes out on Blu-ray in I think a week or two, you can get a trilogy that has Unbreakable in there. So this is one of the few. I've owned this movie several times, but every time I got rid of my Blu-rays, that was one of the first movies to go. This time I'm not going to get rid of it, so I'm holding on to it. This is going to be a weird one to say. FYE was the next place I went to. Now, I'm not going to say this was the main reason I went to FYE, but it's because I had a coupon is why I went. I had a 40% off coupon. And I actually used it on something that I needed, Ant-Man and the Wasp 4K release. So I was supposed to get this before Christmas, but I got screwed over on the internet by somebody and I never received it. So there you go. But anyway, got that. But then after I used the coupon, I decided to look around and they had a brand new clearance section that I just set up. And there were 4 titles in here that I picked up for so cheap. And like one of them was like unbelievable. So this one was being spotted at Dollar Tree's Hitchcock. My Dollar Tree never got it, but to grab it for 75% off of $6.99, that was a great freaking deal. So yeah, finally got a copy of that. This one I couldn't believe I got this for like $2.50. Dead Calm, such a great movie. Billy Zane is so awesome in this. So yeah, glad to finally get a copy of Dead Calm on Blu-ray. This one I got it because it was a cheesy Canon flick and it was like not even $1, 50/50. So yeah, I'll give it a shot. It's Canon flick, why not? But this one, man, I'm telling you, I could not believe this was on the shelf for freaking $7. 25% off of $7, so I think it came out to like less than $2. But freaking Dolly Dearest on DVD. This sucker is out of print. Brand new copies on eBay go for about $40-50 right now. Dude, I got this for like $2, man. That was such a great deal, so I was so happy to get this. This is one LaserDisc I don't even have yet, so I'm happy with it on DVD. Getting towards the end here, as I was going to tell you, this is going to be a short video, but anyway, went to Target. Of course, I had to pick this up on day one. This is the 4K Digibook of Aquaman. This gets all my DCEU movies in Digibook format complete. So a lot of people, were, 70-30 on this movie. I'm in the 70% group. I really like this movie a lot. It was such a good flick. I love DC movies, but, I'm not a hater like a lot of people are. Like, I didn't hate Justice League. I didn't hate Batman versus Superman. I'd say Suicide Squad is like the lower one. I like Batman versus Superman and Justice League. So Suicide Squad is the dead last for me. So there you go. One of the world's worst kept secrets, but they had a deal at Target. If you bought it in store and then you use Cartwheel, you got half off. So I figured I'd pick up the 4K release of Stranger Things Season 2. So yeah, this was a really good deal. $10 for this. Why not? Great deal. Now we're on to thrift store pickups, and this will be pretty much it. So, Local Salvation Army got this in. Been wanting to check this movie out. Never seen it. Ricky and the Flash. Got it for $3. So that was a damn good deal if you ask me. So why the hell not? This one, Guillermo del Toro flick that I haven't seen. I know that Arrow just put out a new Blu-ray of this, but for $3 on regular Blu-ray, I'm fine with it. Crimson Peak. Need to check this one out. My local thrift store got this in, and I'm a huge Styx fan, and to get this for $1, I was very shocked. Styx and the Contemporary Youth Orchestra, One with Everything. Great concert if you've never seen this one. So clips are available of it on YouTube. It's actually pretty cool, but I was glad to finally get it on DVD. One Goodwill find that I kept. I found a ton of stuff at the Goodwill over the last couple of months, and a lot of it went to my eBay store. But this was probably the only thing I actually kept for me, and I really didn't care, because to get this for $1.99 was a great deal. Sweetback's Badass Song. Never seen this movie, but been wanting to see it for $2. It was a no-brainer. Had to pick it up. So there you go. Last but not least, I'd say my best thrift store find that I've had in a long freaking while. Could not believe that somebody donated this, and it was sitting on the shelf for $4, and I was on it like white on rice. The frickin' Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry collection. This is a European import, but it is region free. See the price I paid? $4 frickin' for this. Could not believe I finally got a copy of this in my collection. I have all the Dirty Harrys on LaserDisc, but first time owning them on DVD, so there you go. And with that, that's all she wrote, guys. Like I said, been pretty slow the last couple of months, hence why you really didn't see an update video from me, because there really wasn't a lot to update. And now that's it. I really have nothing else coming down the pipeline. I think I'm getting a LaserDisc tomorrow, but it's not. It's like mainly for framing purposes or bragging rights. It's not one to watch, just one to have. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So you guys all do yourselves a favor, take it easy. Hopefully we'll see you again in the next month or two, who knows. But do what I always do, keep it spinning. Talk to you later, guys. Later.